Hello and welcome to another Raggy's beer review. So today we're going back over to Bridlington to Bridbrewer and Taproom. I bought a load of his beers. Had to, you know, it was a thing. Well, we're doing a double brew day. So this is his Whiskey Pilsner, 4.2% ABV, brewed on the 21st of August 2024. And as you can see, he's not spending anything on, you know, splashing out for graphics and all that, and I don't blame him. You know, bottling on premises, as long as it's legible and does what it needs to do, jobs are good. And so crisp with a warm whiskey note. Ingredients are water, hops, and Tetnang are the hops, malted barley, yeast, and there we go. Please take care when pouring contains sediment. So yes, it is bottle conditioned, and it always something to note. In the light, you can see that bit at the bottom. There you go, that whitish bit. That's the sediment. So yeah, bottle conditioned. Home brewers would know this anyway. People who don't know this, pop a smoke on the tip there. So yeah, pop a smoke there, and as you can see, you see, I could have poured it. I've gone for this way just to prove a point. Yeah, and that point is that Bridbrewer's beers can be fizzy, and as you can see, there's a good head there. It's got a lovely golden colour to it. Plenty of carbonation going off, and I'll pour the rest without getting that sediment bit in. I will drink the sediment bit, but I just want to. There we go. So I'll leave the last bit. Well, not quite the last bit, but so there we go. I've only ever drank this once in my life. On the first time we went to Bridbrewer and Taproom back in 2022, me and Andy walked in, and obviously at that time, no one up there had ever heard of Aggie's beer reviews, and funnily enough, not many. It's strange, really, even in Nottingham, you know, you go in pubs and no one knows you, and I'm good with that. There's a part of me that wants the channel to be successful, and equally, there's a part of me that likes to be quiet and not noticed. And it's funny, it's I'm both balances of the same thing. I remember at Lincoln Green when I did Raggy's Golden Ale, and the owner of Lincoln Green says, "We talk to a camera all the time. You'll be good at talking to a camera." And yeah, in the right place, in Raggy's beer room, yes. When I've had a drink, I don't give a absolute monkeys then, especially when I've had a few. That happened at Robin Hood Beer Festival the other day. I had quite a few. Yeah, flipping out. I look back at all my reviews. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I did a few reviews. Actually didn't drink silly amounts. It's the fact that one of them was 25% that did me. And then I got on the bus, got on the bus into town, alright, got off the bus, and for some reason the beer must have hit me then. Got a bus, city council bus, fucking city loop on it all the way around for an hour, and yeah, I've already punished myself over that. And I'll say thank you for the comments out there. You know, I had 2 days off the booze straight away after that, because to tell myself that, and you know, I'll be brutally honest, I walked into the shed after the 2 days, today actually, I walked into the shed and I looked, I thought, and wasn't bothered at all. Not bothered about doing a beer review, not bothered about drinking any beer, not bothered at all. Not bothered about going out this weekend. So it's interesting. The switch is there, and you know, I hear the people that say what they say, and I understand that, and I get that. Lots of people have gone through experiences. But I'll guarantee you now, if I wanted to, I would stop straight away and never look back. And to be honest, with the beer reviews, it only takes a bad experience for me to just knock it off altogether. But the only problem with that is somebody out there could look and think, really say something that would be painful, and enough for me to think I've had enough. I don't, come away from this social media. I know a lot of people who've just ditched social media because of what it does, and I'm always close to that. That button is always close. Yeah, I have other hobbies that I can jump back into. Don't involve beer either. At a moment's notice. I already do. My job is a hobby, gardening, but gaming, video gaming, and I could quite easily just. But I think we're all like that, aren't we? And I am neither stupid enough to know. I question myself at each and every turn, which is why I did the video the other day where I questioned myself on what I've been drinking, and about and hence why I will not go to another beer festival on my own, not because the wife has barred me or anything like that. If I can't trust myself to pack in when I should pack in, really, one less for the road, or a couple less for the road. And the funny thing is, last year when I went down, I actually was down there the same amount of time, talking loads, not so much drinking at all. And I literally had about 6 or 7 drinks while I was there, thirds. Kept off the stupid ones, and came away at 7, got home, and I was absolutely as sober as I was gutted. I didn't drink more. And yet this year, slightly overdid it. So whenever we go out, we can have good and bad experiences. It's the predominant thing, that's worth thinking about. 7 minutes in, and I've not even touched Mr. Bridbrewer's beer. I do apologise to Mr. Bridbrewer. I should cut that bit out, but it's nice sometimes to say things, and yeah. So as we can see, it's still carbonating in the glass, still retaining a lovely head. I've classed that as a copper colour pour. 4.2%. Ooh. Basically a lager malt nose, which, let's be fair, Pilsners, you're not going to get a lot of a nose from a Pilsner. You will get some that will get a spot of lemongrass and all this bollocks. But half the time, most people will just smell a little bit of maltiness. Maybe a bit of grass or something like that, along them lines. Ooh, good twang to it. I'm getting them notes of whiskey in the twang. It's a pokey little Pilsner. Very different. Very different. Proper craft Pilsner. I know it comes in a bottle, but and I've said before, without being a prat or anything, just my personal thoughts is that Bridbrewer is in that spot between what you would class as a modern traditional and a craft, is in the sweet zone, which both appeals to modern traditional, because the flavours and aromas that you get from the beers and obviously this are subtle but not too subtle, And then they also aren't too full on craft, in your face, bang flavour. So it's in the sweet zone. And I think the sweet zone is the place to be. Obviously, we've all got our own taste preferences and that. You know, what's nice to me isn't nice to some of us, and vice versa. Oh, that's tasting well. That really is tasting well. I think it's a good addition to the range, Whiskey Pilsner. I don't know if I said this, but at Christmas, at New Year, he does a special thing where he closes the brewery down, and there'll be several people in there, mainly the regulars, you know, and they'll have a drink between them, and that's flipping lovely, you know. We need friends in life. Sometimes, you know, you can be so lonely. And this is people in marriages, people with lots of family, people in a big workplace. Can still be lonely. And, you know, knowing that myself, I kind of missed, in a lot of ways, I miss the good old days of the city council, where the banter was just ridiculous. It was brutal, you know. There was no woke. Yeah, no one gave a flying fuck what they said, and there were no boundaries, you know. There was no racism or sexism, but we absolutely tore shite out of each other's, and but we were all best of mates. Hey, these days you don't say a fucking anything to anybody, because you know, the world takes offence to everything you say. It can be a sad world at times. I mean, I've got friends who, you know, aren't white, and they would call their, you know, people of the same colour as them, all names under the sun, in that, you know. And we won't call, you know, we won't do it to them for obvious reasons, but you know, it's funny because everyone does it, but it's funny that our people try and make out, oh, we don't say this, we don't say that. Yeah, you do. That's all lies. I mean, I got somebody come up to me, somebody who runs a pub near me, and says, on your hashtags, I won't link to you because on your hashtags it says beer porn and craft beer porn. And I said, one, never noticed. Two, I use hashtag generators, just to get the bloody the hashtags. I don't. They're the top hashtags for whatever they are. It says if there's something in them, then obviously, you know, most of the world's using those hashtags for them to be the top 30 hashtags. And it's like, Jesus Christ, that's the best thing you can say to me. Not the fact that I'm promoting your pub for free. Yeah, quite mystified by that, but thankfully, that's the only time I've had anyone ever come up and say that to me. And it was like, really? Oh, we're trying to be more inclusive. All right. Okay. So me grabbing some random hashtags off the internet that I'm not even looking at, you know, top 30 beer hashtags or camera hashtags, and these are in the hashtags. It's like, I don't know. It's funny. It is funny. Anyway, that was, talk about tangents. It's been a tangent beer review. Back to the beer. Before I go back up the house and watch Emmerdale Farm or Coronation Street. Ooh. So, proper pokey Pilsner. With a whiskey twang to it. Obviously watch out for the sediment layer, you know, and this is the same in all bottle conditioned beer across most of the breweries in the UK. You're going to get that. Only the breweries that use a shed load of finings, you won't get that. But most breweries you will. So as you can see, there's still quite a bit left in. Although, if I look, oh, the sediment layer is still in its place. So I'll pour it out and try. There we go. And now, as you can see, it's just gone slightly more hazier now. Now, the problem is, there's absolutely zilch wrong with that. It's actually probably getting the best bit of the flavour out of the beer. And now, you could actually class that as something different. A hazy version. Bonkers, isn't it? I mean, when I drink beers off the shelf, craft beer, if it's been sat there for a month or so, it falls down, you pour it and it's like, is that the colour? And then you get to the bottom and then it's obviously settled. You pour that in, all of a sudden you're getting the colour you expect. So, yeah. Oh. Right, I might as well pour the rest in there. And now you're basically getting a full-on hazy Whiskey Pilsner. Proper craft Whiskey Pilsner. Isn't it amazing, the world of beer, eh? This perception of clear versus hazy. And it's nice to talk about it sometimes because, if anything, the whiskey element's got stronger, the aroma. And the aroma's definitely more perky now than it was. Whoa. And quite the twang as well. Whoa. Wow. That was twangy at the end. Whoa, that's a proper kick in its bollocks, that has. Oh. So, would I drink it again? Yeah, I would. Yeah. Second time I've had it. I enjoyed it both times. I love the aspect where it goes from a clear Pilsner to a full-on hazy craft lager, basically. At 5 for me against other lagers, a good 4.4, 4.5 out of 5. Yeah, well worth a try. And although you've got to go to Bridlington to get it, it does not put it in shops. You've got to go up. So if you're in Bridlington, go find Bridbrewer and Taproom and treat yourself to a bit of cask and have a look at the bottle stock, because there is a wide amount. Well, you can see a lot of the bottles behind me. There's a wide amount of flavoured bottles. Well worth a try. And that is my review. Thank you for watching. We'll see you soon.